So I'm going to get started, I think. I'm going to get some colour on this page. Actually, I might put some colour on. No, I'm going to put some faces on first. So these are my new stamps. And these are going to give me my starting point. And you'll see how cool this is. So I'll put one face there. I'm going to call this page We're All In It Together, and this is going to represent the Fairy Chic community. And I say that by all of you that tap in, that message me, that support me, that check up on me when we're having a tough time. I'm going to put that ahead. People that I really consider friends, even though I've never met you. And you know what? The one thing that we've all got in common, unlike, and I do say this, unlike lots of other painting groups and things like that, is that it doesn't matter what we play with. It doesn't matter what paint we use, what brand we use, that we actually just love painting. And whether that be furniture, or whether that be, and not just painting, is it? It's creating too. We just love to create, and we share that with each other. And speaking of sharing, I guess all the shares have gone to pot. So maybe we could do another round. How annoying. So this is the eyes that I'm choosing for this one. It's quite tricky to keep your hands still. Oh, how cool is that? And then I'm going to do a different set for the other one. Hi Royce, how you doing? Nice of you to join us. This was a bit of impromptu. Yeah, good morning for you. It's good afternoon here. We must chat. Oh, look at those sexy eyes. Can you see that? So this is Jane Davenport's little stamp set. And there's different mouths. I'm going to try a mouth now. Let's do a... She looks a bit worried in that one, I think. Who's a worrier in our group? Who can this represent? So... Thank you, Angie, for sharing. Hi, Lorraine. Oh, that's cute. See, what a great starting page. This is for people that can't, or think they can't, draw faces. It's done. Look. And it doesn't matter about the smudgy bits, because we're going to go over them. Don't worry about that. Oh, love it, love it. And I've got noses as well. I've got big noses. Let's give her a... This one has got a lot to worry about. Look at that. Oh, that looks quite cute now. Let's do my other nose. I'll give her a little... Yeah, these, if you look on Amazon, it's not that much. Jane Davenport. That's where I got it from, and it's come pretty quickly. All this stuff, actually, once you get onto the Jane Davenport section, you'll have lost a whole day of your life, frankly. So, that's my stamping done. That's got me started, so I'll put that to one side. How cool is that? Can you just see clearly? So it gives me a really good starting point. I'll get the ink out of the way so I get it everywhere. Now I'm going to show you what some of these magic pens do. So I'm going to You know how much I love turquoise, don't you guys? So what we do here, this bit that everyone finds really tricky, let me just get my pencils, is hair. We're not going to draw hair, individual hair. We're going to draw a shape that the hair's going to go in. So this is obviously the top of her hair. So what hair should we have? So this is like her hairline. Okay. I'm going to just draw a shape there. This shape is going to go all the way up there. And it is just going to be one wavy container shape. It's giving me a little print of, there's just a tiny starting point of where the neck would go. So that's that. Now she's got quite a coy looking face, I think. I think she might need more of a fringe. So I'm going, if you look, she's kind of looking that way. So her head's slightly tilted. So we're going to just put more hair on that side. And less. And I'm really roughly drawing this because I just want a shape at this point. She might have a... It's looking a bit swish, isn't it? There we go. Easy as that. So then what we do with these crayons, I'm going to just show you. So you can use them just like crayons. If you've ever used Tim Holtz distress crayons, they're not that dissimilar to that, but I find that the colours are better for faces. So I'm going to put a little bit there, then I'll put a contrasting colour. Please share this around for me, guys. We had a bit of a mess up at the beginning, and I think there was quite a few shares, and then I managed to drop the phone and it all went wrong. So as you can see, I really am putting a very scratchy amount. Then what I do with a bigger than necessary brush, because I don't want it to be exact, but watch. Oh, look at that. Is that not just an oh my god moment? Look at that. And this is my favourite colour. So I'm just at the moment just filling in the shape. Thank you for sharing, Georgia. So this really is just the first sketchy stage. Okay. Now I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by dropping the phone that for me the whole ethos of Fairy Chic is this just acceptance of all brands, all makes. This has nothing to do with Fairy Chic products, and I love them and I want to have a go. And everyone that's as a member of my club, some stock Fairy Chic, some stock other brands of paint, and they are all allowed to post whatever they're doing, whatever they're getting excited about, whether it be art, be it furniture. It's all cool. We don't have preciousness, all we have is the love and passion for creating. And that's really important to me. So if you want a community where you can just be you and get excited, and when you get new toys like this, you can like scream out to someone in the club, look what I've got, oh my god, oh my god. Then the Fairy Chic Club is really quite a good place for that, because you've always got access to fellow creative people all the time. Look at that, sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. Let's go back in with my brush. I still got blue on it. Hang on. That blue was quite vibrant. Isn't it bright? So you can actually, I'll just show you, you can actually smudge them with your fingers too, which is, that's quite nice as well. Completely different look, but they smudge really easily. Can you see? Just hold that a little bit closer for you so you can see the difference. But I like both. But for this, because especially as I can't get my finger in that little bit there, I'm gonna use the brush, and you could use both. You could use both, and you could put more layers on top and smudge bits in as well. Okay. But this allows me to, and because I've got some raised texture underneath, I used the Fairy Chic textured paste to do a little raised stencil around the edge, and it's a bit more, you need the water to get it into the, there she is, and I'm going to have her down here. I'm just making it up as I go along. How fun is that? Okay. Right, let's have a look at these face acrylic paints. So these sticks, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Colour sticks. If you want some of those, Jane Davenport colour sticks, and they have a bright set. That's the bright set that Fiona has just sent me. And here is the, I don't know, non-bright set. Doesn't say on it. Silky skin. So it's got a bit of a skin colour in there going on, which is quite useful. And I use that skin colour in this. See, I use those pastels in this picture. Can you see that? And I've done much more smudging with my fingers with that. It's not so loose and painty. So this one's going to be different. So I'm going to have a go with my new skin colours, just because. So I've got an old plate, and I'm going to squirt a little bit on. Now, I'm going to show you a good trick. You have to seal it afterwards. No, you don't. You can if you want to, and you can certainly use matte finish if you want to. But no, it actually kind of dries. It's quite loose and wet at the moment, like an oil crayon, but it dries quite fine. So I'm going to put a bit of 3 in. So I'm going to use that same brush that I've just used, if I can find it. Yeah. Right, let's get the paint off the brush. Okay, so as you can see, it's a bit of a slanty brush, and I'm gonna get it so that I've got light up on one side, and maybe even just a little bit of dark. So I've got all 3 colours going through my brush, and then I am going to use that. Doesn't matter if it goes over the stamp. I could either re-stamp it or draw it in, but this naturally gives me a really good skin colour, and it's because of the way I've mixed the 3 colours on the brush. It's naturally given me the tone, the shadow of the side of the face. So I'll go in with a bit of the lighter this side. It's like virtually no effort at all involved. Look at that. Okay. So I'm going to do the same with her neck. So the dark's going to go here. And then we'll go around to the light the other side. Okay. I don't know where her shoulders are, maybe there. We can dress her afterwards. So she's got quite a nice olivey toned skin. Really like that. So I'm going to make my purple haired girly slightly lighter. As you can imagine, these 3 sets of paints. I mean, I've got fairly chic paints. I've got really good skin colours in too. There's the crayons that I've just showed you for here. They've got some skin colours in too. This is all about just trying different things on different days, what suits. There isn't a right or a wrong answer. I'm calling this my playground journal, because it's literally about playing and practicing and using all the tools. You know, I've literally got a stamp out here. I haven't had to hand draw this. Okay. Can you move the light? Is it? Okay. Turn it on. Is that better? Okay. Now I could have used those pastels for this as well, and they go on. I might even put some on over the top once this is dry. Sorry about the lighting. Okay, so very quickly, let's give that a quick blast so that I can show you the pastels. Before I get to the pastels, what I'm going to do, because I want to show you, because this is about more than 2 of us, this is all of us in it together. So I'm going to just do some random face shapes. Okay, so exactly the same way that we showed before. Doesn't matter how exact that is. And this is a really good way of practicing doing your faces. I was just too excited to sit and do it on my own at home, so I thought I'd invite you in. Right, so these are all going to be faces. I know that sounds a bit bonkers at the moment, but this practices features. Okay, slightly different shape facing. Okay, right, I'll do that. Do I need one more there, maybe? Which one are you? That is the question. Right, look at these pastels. Now, you can get, and I haven't got them yet, like makeup brushes, you know, the little sponges? So I'm going to make do with cotton buds, because that's what I've got. And I'm sure it'll be the same. I think you could probably use your fingers, but you need sort of the detail. So I'm opening this, and I'm going to show you. Right, so if we use a little bit, so I'm just literally lifting a bit up on my, and you put it on like you would makeup, and it all blends in. So if I decide I want to tie her in with the other girl, I'm going to give her some purple makeup. Now we know how to put on makeup, even if we don't use it anymore. You can use your finger. Oh. Same to the other side. And that is basically how you go about with these pastels, just building up layers of colour. Till you get the right, it just helps you with the tones. But the paint that we've just used has helped do that in its own right. But if you were starting on a blank canvas, you could definitely get the tones. I'm doing some shadows with the dark around here. At some point, I don't want that to be a hard line around the hair, but we'll sort that out. Yeah, so she needs a bit more tone. She's more plain at the moment. Let's get some of this. One of the things that I often do is to tie a picture in. Like if it's got purple hair, it wouldn't be a bad thing to put little touches of purple elsewhere, almost like the hair's reflecting on her face, and it just ends up tying it in. So I might use purple. Purple works quite well as a shadow anyway. It's a little less harsh than dark brown or black. Yeah, I wonder, she does come up with these little 2-end brushes, and they're pretty pricey for what they are, and well, depending on the quality, I suppose. They look like something you could pick up in Primark. It might be worth the experiment to see. So, hello noodle. So just a little bit more shadow under there. Right, one of the other things that I got, this is like, again, looks like makeup, doesn't it? And it's like a gel. It actually looks like you could use it on your lips. And I'm going to just put a little bit on her lips there. Oh, gorgeous. And I've actually got a turquoisey one too, so I'm going to give the other one some turquoisey lips. Why not? So I'm just dabbing it on like I would my lipstick. Oh, how very cool. Right, I'm going to add a little bit of pink cheeky cheeks. I'll start the other end, I think. So we're going to go for just like we would blusher. They do smell gorgeous. It has a big sign next to them in Hobbycraft. You can buy them in some of it in Hobbycraft. And there's a big sign next to it, cannot be used for makeup. But I don't see why not, but you can't. It looks like you should. There, I like her with her little cheeks. Let's have a slightly purple version there. So at the moment we're very basic. I'm going to do some eye colour. What colour have I got on my drama sticks? Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Oh no, they need sharpening, so I'm not going to do that today. Here's a little pen. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to fill in some of the eye. That always looks better. So I'm obviously using the stamp as a guideline. I've got a black one. This is all courteous of Fiona, a fantastic friend. So I'm using now a really squiggly line just to keep it very doodly. I'm going over some of the bits of the eye. She might have a bit of a eyelashes going on. And obviously, like if you wanted to make her face thinner or thicker, you could change everything about that stamp. It could just be the starting point. It's quite good for getting you some proportion going. So then what I'm going to do around the hair now we're at the hair, yeah, I'll go starting point there. So as again before, I'm not going to try and draw every strand. I'm going to try and show you the shape. Okay, it doesn't matter if I go outside of the colour. My hair, sorry lovelies, I should put it up. Okay, I'm going to do the same with her hair. See, just, I'll put just a few lines in to show. And a little bit around her eyes. This one hasn't got eyebrows for some reason. Okay. What a difference already that makes. Now what, it's got a bit smudgy at the top, so I'm going to put some of this There's my hair out now. This is a little bit brighter, but let's hope I've got purple on my fingers, so that's okay. And then what we do is we get a Posca pen. So I always put the white on last. We know the white needs to go highlighting the eyes, top of the cheeks, a little bit in the brow, bit in the front of her forehead, and I can use my finger to smudge that out a bit. And then in her bottom lip, definitely. And she might have a bit of a highlight down there. I'm going to just tip it up so hopefully you can see it a bit better. Now I'm going to emphasise some of these strands again in exactly the same doodly way. It doesn't like quite as much going over the wax, the Posca, which is kind of fair enough, isn't it? You're asking a lot of it. through eyebrows on like that. That'd be hideous. I do hope that some of you will just have a go at this kind of... Yeah, I've got a bit of wax in my Posca. Come on. Just to have a go at the fun of this. And as you can see, it's very doodly. I might have a highlight up and no. But I'm really kind of making it up, really. But there really was enough in the stamp to guide me. That's gone a bit of a mess there. Oh, look, my hand. I've got stuff everywhere. Right, I'm going to blot it out because that's fine. We can deal with that. We just need to dampen that down a little bit. We can use some gesso. I'm going to use a bit of gesso anyway, just to tone her whole face down a bit. So a little bit. Gesso works really well as a kind of neutraliser, because it's still quite translucent, so you don't lose everything. Just tones it down. Wait for that to dry before you. Part of this is being patient enough, which is not my strongest forte, to let layers dry before you go on with the next. Because as you see, I've had a bit of smudging, but nothing isn't rescuable. It's just then you might as well have been patient. So I'll put a bit of tone down there too. So while that's going off, I like her face. Her face is okay. This is like one of those you could just carry on playing for quite a long time until you get the look you want. This is just very watery gesso. I had a wet brush, and I could play into the hair with that too. It's just trying to give me some movement. That's what I want in the hair. Yes, Karen Smith got me the Poscas. I'm doing well, aren't I? I have some really good friends. Yeah, so if any of you want to send me gifts, birthday's on the 11th of January. There, how cool is that looking? I think that's looking quite cool for a very quick sketch. Use my finger a little bit, smudge that in. Right, we're going to need to get some background in. As you can see, I've smudged it here as well. Get some gesso. God, I'm a smudge queen. Right, let's give it a quick dry and then I won't do that again. Okay. Right, so now we've got little faces to do. I'm going to see if I can get my pen. I've got a Jane Davenport fountain pen as well, and this is brilliant. It's just that I've got it a bit bogged down with paint, but I'm hoping it'll be alright. Yeah. So in my little faces, I'm going to, even though it's going to be a bit tricky because it is on textured, and that might be my sticking point for the pen as well. Might have to use, I'm going to have to use a different pen. It's because it's too raised. So I'm going to just start putting in some expressions really sketchily. And this is where you practice, guys, if you want to have a go. This is what your journal is all about. And she's kind of looking that way. So, and honestly, if it doesn't work, you can just paint over it, can't you? Okay. Now we might have a little bit of an ear, bit of ear, bit of hair, more of the shape hair. Okay, it's a face, it's done. So let's have this one looking sleepy. And I'm just doing the most basic of mouth you've ever seen in your life. But it gives you a bit of practice. Right, this one looks to me like it's got a little bit of an intern there, so I'm going to have her looking this way. Okay, and there's her eyebrow. And her nose, and her face will be... So that you'll see less of the mouth on one side as you will the other. There she is. Hair. So I hope you're getting the gist here. So this is just, you could then put your neck whichever direction you like. That's quite fun as well. Now this one, she's looking up, isn't she? Now you could go back in with the white to add the highlights after, but really it is just about practicing different positions of face and different proportions, getting, obviously some people have eyes very close together. I am creating a course that will be available to Joe Public in the Paint Fairy Sheet Club, and showing you in more detail, much more detail, in stage progress, how to get proportion right, how to do all the body and everything, using shapes, really breaking it down to, you do not have to be a fine artist to do this. It will be available to Joe Public. There will be a charge for it, but if you are a member of the club, you get massive discounts for it. Also, if you're a member of the club, you get access to lots of tutorials anyway that are free. So it's a win-win in the club. There's just lots of stuff. And you get this community of fantastic, arty, crafty people. Get a bit carried away now. Look. But you can see I'm really, really sketchy. And we can fill the hair in different colours if you want. We could do these faces in different colours. That would be fine. She's looking a bit more grumpy. Okay, so we've got some bits going on there. Let's get some hair going on there and some background generally. So I'm going to get some of this. Oh, I like a bit of green. shade of green going on here. I keep pulling up the wrong thing. Now, I think her hair's going up. This is just, don't follow the rules about colour or direction. Try to break them deliberately, I think. Look at it this way, if you break the rules, no one can say, if you just say, well, that's how I wanted it, no one can say it looks wrong. Can they now? These are these fantastic pens. We're all in it together, guys. This is it. This is all you, me. I'm going to go for this royal blue. For this one. And then let's get some water on and see what happens. I'm going to mash the background up at this point. I know, they are so vibrant, and I've got some Tim Holtz ones, and they do the same thing. They change to water, and they're great. These, if you've got IOD stamps, these are great for colouring in, especially the black and white ones. Like, all transfers. I'll show you these are the Tim Holtz ones, and you can see the colours, they're just a little bit less vibrant, but they do the same thing. So where'd I put my water? And look at that. I'm not even going to bother washing the brush because they're all similar colours. Look at that. It's just fun. Now you remember what I did with the black and the white afterwards. So this doesn't matter. This is okay to be messy because we tied it all up with the pens that we've got more control over after. Oh, it's just, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I'm just loving this. I'm going to blend them all in together, and then I'm going to use the pen to reiterate the shape of the hair that I originally created. But there. I can always spread a bit of colour around. It's really going to pop out all that texture that I did from the raised stencil before I started. So yeah, you can dip back in to pick up more colour. So they go quite a way. And it reactivates quickly if you wet it again, even though it was all starting to dry. There you go. We're definitely all in it together now, guys. There she goes. Now, you might notice I've got a bit of a rainbow thing going on right now. I'm feeling really excited and positive about the new year and all the things that I've had going on in my head for the last, well, since Christmas really, when I wasn't allowed to do any art. So I've got to get it out of the system. Well, if I'm honest, I did creep my book into the lounge, this little thing. Had a little practice on sofa while I was officially doing family time. Like they didn't notice. Just subtly let me get on with it. There, look at that. Oh, I didn't intend on being on quite as long as this, but I can't stop. There. I'm sure you can see how flipping cool that is. Not perfectly dry. Just going to use a little bit more of my face stuff to tidy up that one I smudged. The gesso has helped quite a bit, but it's a little bit pasty. It's a bit of one of those you've got to go round and round jobs. Yeah. It's good. I have thought about, but I think it might ruin it, putting this as like a stencil. So obviously I've got it as raised, but as a stencil over the top, as if we're all behind, I don't know, a wall. But it will obviously dampen it right down and take away the vibrancy, so I'm not sure. Probably not. So, oh, thank you, Fiona. I could have done it without all your bits. So I'm just touching back up the face, and I'm going to give her some hair. She's going to have a freaky green hairstyle. Now, you could, for example, on these faces, we could take it one step further. You take it as far as you want to take it. But I could add little, what am I looking for? I could do the little lipsticks, little cheeks, sorry. So I could give them the rosy cheeks. It's still not dry, so I'm smudging it. But, you know, all over now. You could carry on, just make sure it's dry, don't do what I'm doing, trying to rush it all. So you can give them as much life as you want. Okay, well, I've obviously got a little bit of drying off to do, and I'll show you the finished. I'll do a little bit more doodling. I've got to get it dry properly before I can do that. Yeah, you can stop whenever you want to stop, but here we are. Pretty good example of what you can do with these amazing products. Quite impressed. And I just wanted to share it with you really, that obviously a lot of my lives I use Fairy Chic paint, and there's nothing wrong with Fairy Chic paint, and I love Fairy Chic paint, but I'm human and I really like getting new toys too. And I really like, I don't know if you can see, some of this texture that's going on in her hair, and that's from the raised stencil, and it's the same at the bottom here and around the other side. It actually adds to it. You could probably put some white wax on it or something as well afterwards, like I'll dry brush it. So you could carry on for quite a while, and no doubt I might do exactly that. But we've been on an hour now, so I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for joining me impromptu. And thank you for your comments and your sharing. I really appreciate it. And I shall see you all very soon. Those of